Hello anybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. I'm Mr. Devious, or just Dee, but in the last episode, we finished up Nimbus Land, I guess you could call it, because that's what it is. We got Valentina out of here, we reunited Mallow with his parents, and in today's episode, we are going to be starting off with a dream sequence. A very strange dream sequence using the dream cushion that I've shown off before, where if you pay 30 extra coins, you can have strange things happen. And in one instance, there is the possibility that you can get an event to happen that'll give you a rare item, but I'm not going to stick around to try and show that off. I just wanted to do another dream, and just to kind of treat you to that with the start of the episode. Otherwise, though, yes, we do have things we have to do around Nimbus Land. In the previous episode, we were informed that the 6th star piece, which we still have not gotten, fell into the volcano. The people of Nimbus Land are, of course, happy. They're not happy about the star falling. They're happy about Mallow being a prince and all that. But yeah. Yes, we have seen the volcano. We're not going to be going there just yet. We can go to the hot springs at basically any time now because we have Mallow in our party and he's revealed to be the prince. You go in this house, which is now empty. Hello! Hello, Croco.
Say, hey, we meet again. This here land is rich. It's got tons of loot, and I want it all. But hey, I'm not sweating. This device will tell me where the hid treasures are hidden. The rest of them are mine. All mine. Adios, fools.
And he leaves, but not without dropping a signal ring. If you equip it, it'll ring at the location of a hidden treasure. Basically, if you walk into a room with a hidden treasure you haven't gotten yet and you equip the ring, it will beep and you will know that there's a ring in there. So that's actually really nice, even though we only have one hidden chest left in the game, but, you know, it's there. Now, if you come out this way, after you beat Valentina, hello, you fled.
Oh, busted. What to do? I'll give you this fertilizer if you let me go, okay?
And okay, we got fertilizer and shy away escapes after all. Now, if you'll remember correctly, the fertilizer was one of 2 items we needed to give to the gardener in Rosetown. So we're gonna jump right on out of here and head right back on over to Rosetown in order to give that to him. Gonna get all the way over there. Ugh. Now that we can actually teleport across the map, it actually takes a little while. But yes, with the fertilizer combined with the seed that we got pretty easily, we will be able to actually open up a new path. Because when we go in here and give him the fertilizer...
You gosh, do you know what you have there? The fertilizer comes from the Shyway Claim, famous for its miracle glass gardening. I looked for it beyond the cliffs, even Sharpie Valley, but failed. I've traveled around the world, waiting for a lifetime. The fertilizer we got right there. Short attention span. Yes, you might say I have fertilizer on the brain. Will you give it to me?
Yeah, okay, you can have it.
Oh, thank you. I finally have both the seed and the fertilizer. I'll try them out right away.
So we'll leave him to that.
I'll plant the seed, then give it fertilizer. Nothing's happening.
Oh. There it goes.
Wow! This is amazing! This is unreal. This is just like winning the lottery, only without the taxes. I mean, this is like falling out of an airplane without a parachute and hitting a gaggle of geese and matter who break your fall. Wait until my boys at Happy Gardeners Month to hear about this. I'm gonna be famous and take my picture! You think you could lose it a little more fertilizer? Oops. Maybe not, huh?
So, yes. Now that he is happy that he has his beanstalk, we're gonna jump on it and, you know, climb up. Mario with his weird climbing animation as he ascends the vine as he did the one in Nimbus Land, which will take you up to the sky in these 2 hidden treasure chests. And in these 2 chests, you get a lazy shell and a lazy shell, the 2 most powerful equipment pieces in the game. One of them is a weapon for Mario, a lazy shell weapon. The other is a piece of armor that anybody can equip. Let me just show something off real quick. Say we took off Princess Peach's fuzzy dress and put on the lazy shell. Her attack and magic attack drop hilariously, but her defense and magic defense go up ridiculously high. So you put the lazy shell on somebody, and they'll be basically untouchable with pretty much anything you throw at them. I, however, am not going to be using that because the lazy shell makes things too easy. It's way too easy for breaking the game. And while Mario's attack weapon as the lazy shell is a bit more reasonable, it's still a bit too powerful for me to show off with good conscience. Now that we've done that, let's go back up to the top of Booster Tower. Why? You'll see. And now that we've made it to the top, let's peek through the door.
What are you babbling about? Why should I marry you?
Well, now we know what happened to Valentina, at least.
What a wonderful thing to say.
I guess Booster has a way with the words. And maybe he's having a little bit, maybe he doesn't realize what he actually wants. Well, Mario's disturbed by this, so yeah, just wanted to show off that little Easter egg if you come down here. Where's Dodo? Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna see you outside the tower. I will see you there. And that's basically everything that was on our to-do list now that we're back in Nimbus Land. Yeah, we just needed to explore around Nimbus Land a bit, get the lazy shells, show off that thing in Booster Tower, and otherwise we are good to go. So now that we've done that, we're gonna hop down here, and there are these guys here who have been blocking us for a while.
Up ahead are the hot springs, but only royalty is allowed. Hey, you're the real prince. Sorry about the misunderstanding before. There's no way that fat bird could have been a prince, huh?
No big deal. Anyway, do you think you could let us through here?
Of course. Go right ahead. Please, enjoy yourselves. But be careful not to fall into the volcano.
And Mallow uses his royalty for us. I actually like the end of Mallow's arc. He seems to have grown up quite a lot, and he seems to have gotten a lot more initiative. Anyway, you go into the hot springs and you can get an immediate heal, and that's just a full heal on your whole party. Stick around too long, though, and Mario gets red-faced because it's too hot, and, you know, he burns himself. But yes, what does this say? Danger, beyond the cliffs is the volcano. What, you mean these cliffs? Oh. That would be a terrible way to end the game, but yes, with that, we are now in Barrel Volcano, the next dungeon of the game. We have a lot to do here. First things first, let's get into a fight with enemies that look incredibly familiar to what we've seen already. Magmas, which are like the buzzies that we saw in like the Moleville Mines, or whatever they were called. Not really a whole lot to say about them. They have high defense, of course. Peach's new weapon, which we haven't shown off yet, is the War Fan. It doesn't really do much at all. These guys, as per before, have very high physical defense, but fairly low special defense. There are, in fact, a lot of recolor enemies in this dungeon. There's 8 in total. Not 8 recolors, but 8 total enemies in this dungeon. 9 if you want to be particular about it. Also, here's some secret things. But there are, in fact... Oh. There are, in fact, no, hidden chests for us to worry about, so that's good. A lot of Barrel Volcano actually looks the same, and of course there is the lava you have to contend with. But other than that, this dungeon actually isn't too long. It's bigger than it was the palace in Nimbus Land was, which was actually pretty small. But the enemy balance is a bit better, and they're much easier to avoid. Here we have a Vomer and Chained Kong, which is a return of more enemies, which we've seen before in the past. As with the Dry Bones, which are on the sunken ship, you can attack them for massive physical damage, but no matter how much you do that, they're never going to die from physical hits. See? But the only way to kill them is, of course, with special attacks, and then Chained Kong just hits for a lot of damage, and, well, you know, although the Ghost badge, or the Ghost Medallion that we put on Geno definitely helps. We're going to be just using a Geno Beam on this Vomer. I don't know why he's called Vomer. Maybe I'll put up the reason for that. But most of the enemies we're going to be seeing in here don't really have any new gimmicks or anything we haven't really seen yet in enemies before. There are going to be a couple of unique ones that we're going to be seeing, but for the most part, it's all rehashed stuff. There is a chance that Chained Kong will throw a boulder, like the other Kong that we saw in the forest maze, which was really a long time ago now. We're actually getting really close to the end of the game. This is the third last dungeon, second last depending on how you want to look at it. And the Vomer will get back up if you are not quick about it. Let's check out the stuff that we have. Anyway, there are a lot of treasure chests in here though, and lots of stuff for you to pick up along the way, and it makes this feel like real dungeon diving, and it feels really nice. We haven't really done a proper dungeon, I would say. I wouldn't really count Nimbus Land dungeon. We haven't... Oh, and we also get one of these. So yeah, let's run around with a star, get some level ups, and if you hurry up here, you can kill this unique thing, which, don't worry, we're going to be fighting whatever that was a little bit later. But as we've gotten so far in the game, it's harder to get level ups. We've since stopped gaining our mass level ups, as we kind of did a little earlier. Anyway, oh boy. Oh, and now that we've gotten something special to happen, now that we have used the lamb's lure 48 times, it'll say the flock is full. And we're not going to be showing off what exactly happens now, but that turns the lamb's lure into the sheep attack. We're not going to be using it just yet, not while we have one of these big guys on the field, but we will be using it very soon. So yeah, we're going to be seeing what that does, probably, possibly, maybe in the next fight, we'll see. Anyway, we got ourselves our experience and our coins, and we are... Oh, and we got into another fight. Isn't that just fantastic? Well, let's see what we can do. Sheep attack is like the lamb's lure, except it basically hits every enemy on the screen. And it even... Okay, so it affects the big enemies, too. Good to know. So 48 uses of the lamb's lure, and you get a screen nuke that immediately kills everything at the course of getting no experience in return. We also have a new enemy here, the armored ant. The armored ant is like the shoguns that we've already seen, of course, but you know, they're an armored ant. I'm not sure if they retain the same ability of getting angry and upping their attack when they're hit with a special attack. Let's see by using Ultra Jump to hopefully also clear out these buzzy beetles. So yeah, if you want a thing that just kind of kills everything on the screen at the cost of some experience, the sheep attack is just great. And it doesn't look like the armored ant doesn't really do a thing. Although it does look like the buzzy beetles do retaliate to a special attack with a Valor up. Or rather, maybe they just did that randomly. I'm not sure. Let's hit these guys with the Geno Blast. That should finish them off. The Geno Flash, while powerful, it doesn't really need that much firepower for a fight like this. And that takes care of the whole pack, just like that. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I'm gonna keep on going through the volcano. Fireball! Fireballs, nothing special compared to the fireballs we've already seen thus far in the game. Nothing much to really say on them. We can hit this one with a war fan, just to show it who is the boss. I am the boss. But otherwise, yeah. They have Drain. I think they might have Mega Drain, but otherwise, these guys don't do anything different than what we've already seen so far out of this enemy type. So there's really not a lot to say about the enemies in the volcano. I'm not sure if I've said those exact words yet, but you know, when you're going, as much as I think Barrel Volcano is nice as a platforming challenge, and it's nice that they thin out the enemies a little more after the palace, it's still a lot of enemies that you've already faced functionally. Also, to get that green coin, you have to jump at it, and I don't want to be chased by a god dang pyrosphere. Leave me alone. I want the green coin. I am not jumping at this at the right angle. Okay, let's try. That was not even close. I'm gonna get this green coin. This is probably really oh my god. There we go. Now that that's taken care of, let's get out of this terrible room by just going on ahead onto this room, where there are more platforming challenges across the lava. One of the trickiest things about this kind of room is if you hit the pyrosphere and get into a battle, you'll immediately drop into the lava after the battle is over. Now, to get that frog coin, it's actually pretty cool. You gotta fall in the lava after leaving through that door. And first, let's kill these guys. And okay, that really hurts if Chained Kong throws a rock at you, but other than that, it's nothing, you know. Again, we've seen the rock throw animation. It's nothing particularly new. Enemies do give a lot of experience here, so, you know, if you need to level up, do it. With that green frog coin gotten, we're gonna go through here, go through this little platforming challenge on donuts. You actually get a lot more time than you'd think on these donuts before they fall, and I fell anyway. But just to kind of show off that you don't have to be jumping like a maniac when you're on this section. I don't think we actually need to do what I'm doing to get that green frog coin. No, we don't. But this is like the most reliable way to also dodge the dry bones that are in this area. As much as I like the platforming challenges, the isometric perspective really does kind of hurt it. And we have more enemies to fight. These new enemies are Orlicons, or Lecon, which actually have a very interesting origin. Of course, they are recolors of the spiny enemies that we've already seen thus far, but the Orlicons apparently got their name from an anti-aircraft turret in the US, which I think is supposed to be a reference to Mario's jumping. That, you know, they're anti-aircraft, they're anti-Mario. They have fairly high physical defense, but other than that, you know, if they're not in packs, they're not too much to worry about. They do spit spikes, not a big deal. Punch them in the face, they pop. And there are the big enemy, the really big enemy that we killed with the star earlier, can summon those by ground pounding and dropping them down from the ceiling. And we're gonna see one of those later. Hey, look, a save point. But we're not gonna use it, because I'm like that. And here we have one of the unique enemies. This is not a boss, this is Stumpit. Stumpit is a crazy enemy. He's got a lot of HP, and he has two really powerful attacks that he has to kind of prepare for in order to use them. So let's just get these little dudes out of the way, since they're kind of in the way. Smack him with that for barely any damage whatsoever. Jump. Is the Magmus resistant to jumping? Yeah, it's resistant. It's immune. And it used Valor Up, but it cannot resist. The monster's getting furious, which means it's preparing for its attack, which I am going to take the time to show off. Both attacks it have are functionally the same, though, so I'm only going to show off the one attack it can do. That seems reasonable to me. Doesn't it seem to you, viewers? I think so. Backfire. I think this is the more powerful of the two. 55 on whoever it hits. I think the other one might hit all of your party members, but that actually didn't do as much as I thought. But again, Gino's defense is being increased by the ghost medal, so I'm grateful for that. It actually makes Gino a lot more usable because of the fact that Gino has like very terrible defense naturally and has a tendency to die when he's in your party. But the ghost medal actually makes him a lot safer to use. Okay, and the Stumpit didn't use his other attack, so whatever. But look at that. It hit Mario, and even as you're guarding those moves, it does like a solid 50. That's a lot of damage. And these guys have like 300, 500 HP. They have like mini boss levels of HP. And are you going to do your other attack? The answer is no. Well, this has been fun, but I think we've seen enough of this guy. I said I think we've seen enough of this guy. I said I think we've seen enough of this guy. Because he basically has like the health of a boss. He just lasts so long. And there we go, finally. But for your trouble, you do get a lot of experience and a lot of money. And we actually get a nice level up. Toadstool will get her ultimate attack, the Psych Bomb. We're gonna put a thing into her attack, because why not? And okay, we've taken care of that enemy. Keep going, we want to go around here without falling down. Take the curve back around, and we loop back into here. Avoid the enemies that we've already seen. I think we've seen basically all the enemies, aside from this guy, who is another new enemy, a Corkpodite. Corkpodite and Body, and this is why you might distinguish these two as like different enemies. It depends on how you feel about it, I guess. If you kill the head, the body will self-destruct and insta-kill one of your party members if they are vulnerable to it at the time. Otherwise, though, let's see what this guy does. He hits the ground, and he does Sandstorm. Sandstorm, of course, is one of the more dangerous moves in the game because it does inflict fear on people who are, you know, vulnerable to it. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy the body first because, again, if you leave that alive... Well, let's use Psych Bomb, but to use Psych Bomb, we have to get back up our FP. So we're gonna use a maple syrup with that in mind. And also we're gonna jump on the body, because why not? And I've already said what the body does. That kind of hurt a little bit, but it could have hurt a lot more considering. And okay, now let's see Peach's... Oh, it actually hits all enemies, that's right. You mash the Y button, And Peach throws explosives at the enemy. That is hilarious. Holy crap! That was a lot of damage. I think that attack up flower really helped. Oh well. And Bowser learns the Bowser Crush, his ultimate magic attack, which I'm going to be using to show it off and then probably never again. But, oh god, no. And let me check to see how I'm doing on monsters. Don't forget your Geno Whirl. Geno Whirl is still a very useful way of clearing out enemies with really high HP. Mario learns his ultimate, which is Ultra Flame. Very nice. And Mallow, I think, is going to learn his ultimate, Star Rain. Everybody has their ultimate attacks now. Isn't that feel nice? And we killed the Stumpet, no less, so yeah. And yes, we have seen all of the enemies there are to see in Barrel Volcano now, so we're just going to push on to the end, try to avoid just the enemy fights along the way, because we don't really need to fight them. And here we have Hinopio. Hinopio is actually a pun on Kinopio, which is Toad's Japanese name, and it's kind of a pun on heat and Kinopio, so it's like he's a fire toad.
Hey there. Whew. I thought I heard footsteps. For a minute, I thought I was nuts. I'm Pinocchio. This place is a regular inferno. Come on, step inside.
And here we have Hinomart, which is a whole bunch of stuff that we can use to our advantage. So yeah, if you go back here, there's an R-Wing, the F-Zero, which is Captain Falcon's vehicle. I forget what it's called. I think it's just called the Blue Falcon. No. And the Fire Stingray, which is Samurai Goro's vehicle. Here you have 3 options.
Welcome to the item shop.
Here we can buy items like our usual supplies. We're basically good on everything, so we're not going to worry about that. I am going to be selling... Oh my god, I have so much stuff in here. And I got to use that flower jar. I'm going to be selling one of my... Well, first off, I'm going to be selling the Sleepy Bomb and the Fire Bomb because I'm just not going to use those. I was going to sell that bracer for 1 coin. And I am going to use the flower jar because I want that to increase my thing. And he's like,
welcome to the inn. 30 coins will get you a room.
It's very expensive.
You're staying? Great, I'll get everything ready for you.
And where are we even gonna sleep? Oh, okay. That's fine. That's just fine.
Morning. Now wasn't that a cushy bed?
Thanks, buddy. But despite his insanity of making you sleep on a pile of boxes, it's okay. It is just fine.
Welcome to the armor shop.
And here we have the armor shop where he has the next pieces of equipment for our party. A fire shirt, determined person's pants, determined person's cape, shell, and dress. So everybody now has their new equipment, which I'm going to put on and sell their old stuff. And now that that's all taken care of, we've actually taken care of everything that's worth taking care of before we go into the next room. This is the save point for the boss, and I think this is where I'm going to end it off. So yeah, because this episode has been going on for quite a while now. So if you want to see the end of Barrel Volcano and see if we get the star piece, then I just hope to see somebody in the next one. Bye-bye!